Good morning, friends. I have Sanjeev ji here with me. Actually, technically, he's not with me. He's sitting in his office, and I'm sitting in my office. But this is almost at the end of October, so I wanted to find out what are some of the latest updates with Sanjeev ji. I know a lot is happening in our political world. We are about to get a new president, or maybe we will give our existing president another chance. A lot of local leaders standing up in election. There are a lot of changes happening with PPP loan. People are not sure what will happen with the tax policies because Biden is obviously completely against a lot of policies of Trump, and which also means that Trump is against a lot of Biden policies. So a lot of uh, turmoil we are seeing that we might see pretty soon in the future with all that. So Sanjeev ji, first of all, next Saturday is your PPP loan forgiveness webinar. Am I correct?
Yes. So yes, this webinar, we are waiting eagerly for presenting this webinar, people loan forgiveness. Like we have been talking several times on different occasions regarding this confusion that exists when one person applies for people loan forgiveness. Uh, like it's now becoming a tax return basically. Uh, we have different forms for tax returns: 1040, 1040 easy, 1040 NR. Now we have the same thing with the people loan forgiveness forms. We have a 3508, 3508 easy, and then 3508 S. So people were waiting for automatic forgiveness up to $150,000. They were thinking, oh, we just have to just your loan is less than 150. You just have to, your lender will call you and you will just say, oh, my loan is forgiven. You don't have to do anything, file anything, and it's automatically forgiven. That's not happening. They've come up with the new form 3805S for lowering your uh, the amount of work that you're going to do on an application, but not loading the complications. With respect to filing that form, you still have to do the documentation for that form and upload those documents. Of course, the calculations are easier on 3805S. Uh, and we got a new FAQ on October 13th from the SBA, which changed a lot of definitions, a lot of things, a lot of clarity basically came from SBA on PP loan forgiveness. So we're going to talk about all those things. Plus, we're going to talk about practical aspect of applying for loan for SBA PPP loan forgiveness, and giving examples where one has to choose which method, like for example, 8 week versus 24-week period, which form to use, 3508 versus 35808 easy, or 3508 easy versus 3508S. So it's a very important webinar. We keep getting this information or keep getting this email from client saying if when is this going to happen, when you're going to come on the shows and webinars to discuss about these things. And yeah, I'm very excited about this upcoming Saturday webinar on this forgiveness.
So once again, friends, those of you guys who don't know what we are talking about here, is that this is especially for business owners and business owners who have taken a PPP loan. That's what this. So if you haven't taken a PPP loan, I don't think that this webinar is going to help you a whole lot. But if you did take a PPP loan, then this is a must-watch webinar for you because what Sanjeev ji said is we will talk about, depending upon how big your business is, I'm sure there are different strategies you can apply. In some cases, maybe it's good to apply for your forgiveness now. In some cases, maybe wait a couple months. In some cases, maybe even wait till later on because policies are still changing as we know it. So Sanjeev ji will talk about all of those options for you. Then the questions of expenses: where should you spend that money? Can the owners use that money? Can you use that money to rent? Can you, what happens if you have let the employees go? Should you hire them back? Should you wait? See, it's very challenging because PPP loan was not designed to help you survive for 1 year, right? It was only designed to help you survive for maybe 5, 6, maybe 8 weeks,
Yeah, maybe 8 weeks to 24 weeks, not more than that.
right?
Basically,
So
they
obviously,
were thinking this virus will go away, but that's not going to happen. It's going to have a second round of PVP, and
yeah.
things
So
will get much worse before they become better.
for most of us, the PPP loan wasn't enough, and the expenses were still piling up. So I think people use the money in different ways, but to get it forgiven, the government, you got to still do the paperwork. You got to get all your expenses in order. So Sanjeev will focus more on how should you organize your books, what you should not do, what you should do, All of those things will be covered in that webinar. Now, those of you guys who are working with other CPAs or accountants, or especially those of you guys who are filing your own returns on your own, because I know many of you guys are super smart and you can do it on your own. I can't, but I know many people can. If you're one of those, then please do join the webinar. There's no harm. This is not limited to our customers only. You're welcome to come join in and still ask your questions to Sanjeev ji. So one of the nice thing about these webinars is people call our office. They ask, "Hey, can I ask that one question to Sanjeev?" That is not feasible for us to allow Sanjeev to answer one questions while calling. Otherwise, he just won't get anything done, right? But this webinar, he dedicates 2 hours as a community service hours every single month, 2 hours, and he talks about a particular subject matter. And after that, we open it up for Q&A session, and you can get your questions answered. So great opportunity. Now, Sanjeev ji, EIDL, that's also aspect of this loan, but I'm assuming there's really nothing people need to do about that loan at this point, correct?
Yes, EIDL basically has two components. One is the EIDL advance, which is $10,000, which everybody got, most of the people got, and when they did not get it, they were afraid. They were like lining in queues and at the on the online stuff and trying to find out why they're not getting it. But that's an advance payment of $10,000. And the second aspect, second one of EIDL is a loan of $150,000 max out, payable for 30 years at a monthly installment of $731. Now, when you get, if you got advance of $10,000 and you get a PPP loan of $100,000, total combined is $110,000. Does not mean that you're going to get forgiveness for full $110,000. You're going to get forgiveness for only $100,000. So $10,000 will not be treated as forgiven. You will be paying taxes. You will be paying that money back to the SBA. When you have a loan, EIDL loan of let's say 100,000 or 150,000 maximum, if you're lucky, you got 150,000. Then you're going to pay this installment as the interest and the principal that they accrued of $731 every year for every month for 30 years. So now, with the EIDL still open, like one of the areas where people can look into for start for getting some kind of help from the government, still have open for a lot of business owners. So if if they can tap into this, that would be great. If they are not able to tap into it, they have equity in the house, they can tap into that as well for maximizing the workflow for this one. So yeah, definitely these are the few areas.
So we will talk a little bit about EIDL loan as well. We'll talk about the PPP loan. And then next thing I think, which is on everybody's mind right now, is elections, right? So everybody's thinking about election. So we strongly want to urge all of you guys, please register to vote and please do vote, because if you don't vote, we will lose the election. Doesn't matter who win, but we will lose the election because you didn't vote. So you got to vote. So our humble request, it doesn't matter if you have never voted or don't know how to vote. There's plenty of help available online. It's very simple, not that complicated. There are a couple of measures that are extremely important to all of us. One is about affirmative action, where they want to bring in race-based admissions into colleges, which is obviously horrible for all of us. Meaning, for example, if Indians were 10%, that means you only have 10% of the seats to get into college. That means instead of being it based on your credential, based on your hard work, it's going to be based on your heritage, basically, which is a horrible idea. So you don't want that to pass, obviously. And the other one, which is very big right now, is with Uber and Lyft. So these people are fighting to stay as independent contractors so the company can stay in business. Otherwise, it becomes very hard for them to stay in business. And I know a lot of you guys, especially our customers, have invested in companies like Uber, Lyft, and other people. So from even that point of view, it's important that these kind of changes actually happen. So please, if you have not never voted, I would strongly request that you do vote in this election, because your voice will make a big difference. A big difference. So Sanjeev ji, do you have any other updates for us for the month of October?
Yes, we just finished the October 15 deadline, so people are now looking into this year planning for 2020. People have made money from the stock market, people have made money from real estate, from the jobs. PPP loan also, if not forgiven, will treat as income, and the IRS has not allowed double dipping for expenses, PPP for allowing as expense as forgiven for PPP and also allowing expenses on tax returns. They have not come yet. We are looking forward for it. I think the bill that is being discussed between the Treasury Secretary and the Speaker, uh, hopefully that will be passed, but I have my fingers crossed. I don't think it's going to happen right now before the elections. Uh, but if that happens, it's welcome sign. There is a provision there in that bill if they get passed for double dipping of expenses. Uh, so we're waiting for those things. So if you're one of those eight people, person who made a fortune in this environment, definitely you have to look at the lowering those taxes. Try to plan those things out. We have like 2 months to go for the year end. Not many things will change. So if you have those in high income, you can connect with us. We have a couple of strategies that you can use to lower your taxable income, provided those gains are short-term gains. Long-term gains, of course, there are few opportunities we have, but it's better for short-term gains. If you can connect with us, we can definitely help you out.
Yeah, I think we're almost at the end of October. So after this, we will have our next webinar in November about last minute tax savings. But December sort of gets a little busy to get all that stuff done, right? We always are
Yes,
busy with.
because everybody realizes that there's not much time left, and they start scrambling here and there, and it's very difficult to accommodate each one of them, and they end up paying taxes.
Yeah. So if you don't really know what your estimated income going to be this year, then we would strongly recommend that you figure that out now. Because that's what your tax is going to be based on. And if you think you're going to have higher taxes than the prior year, then it's probably a good idea to implement some sort of strategy now rather than
Yes,
waiting till later.
and Deepak, if you see that since 2017, if I look at the changes in tax rules, it's a lot of tax rule changes. Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was a big change for business owners and real estate owners. Then came the Secure Act, which changed a lot of things for it. Retired people, RMDs, and retirement planning, retirement distributions and contributions. Then we Family First Coronavirus Relief Act that was passed in February for people having those issues, COVID-19 issues, and paid sick leave, and all those things came in. Then then the biggest one was CARES Act, uh, which was uh, which was overcome, which is all three together is one CARES Act, big provision there. Then we look into the PPP loan, PPP Portability Act, then PPP Loan Forgiveness Act. So there's so many changes, so many acts are there. It's really mind-boggling to keep update with all those things. Plus, we are expecting more to come with this new bill that's going to pass now or later. It's going to happen. So many changes. Things are complex. It's important to talk to a professional, get the things straight in your head, and plan the things properly. Other than, I will not suggest to do Googling or talking to your friends. They're not an important source of information. Each person's case is different from others. So just because your friend is not paying taxes doesn't mean you're not going to pay taxes. So it all depends upon on a case by case basis.
Yeah, I think most friends are open to give advice, Sanjeevji, but nobody wants to pay the tax bill.
Everybody says when I get a client, they say, Mike, I talked to my friend. He says I make the same income. I'm not paying the taxes. How come you are paying so much tax?
Well, yeah, around this time of the year, guys, we also have our Wealth Summit planned out. Obviously, we are going to skip that Wealth Summit for the obvious reason for this year, but we will have the webinar coming up in November, and then obviously we'll have several planned out next year, and then hopefully things are back to normal next year, and we can do our Wealth Summit in 2021. So not much going to happen with that this year. But thank you, Sanjeevji, for joining me today for this quick video. This kind of gives people all the updates. And plus, I think it acts as a reminder. So those of you guys who are watching this now, it's probably on top of your mind that you need to do that tax planning just about now. So get that done. After Thanksgiving is the end of the year. People get busy. So you got roughly 3-4 weeks to kind of make the most out of this year. So this is your time. And I think Sanjeevji it doesn't look that busy right now. So those of you guys who wants to set up his appointment, you can definitely give him a call. He's available by Zoom calls these days. Offices are open, by the way. If anybody needs to drop off the paperwork or have some urgent matter that needs to be taken care of, you can definitely come here in the office as well. So once again, the webinar, to register for the webinar, go to sanjeevcpa.com. We accommodate about 150 people. I think we have roughly about 100 registration so far. So there are few seats still available. This is primarily for people who have taken a PPP loan. So if you are a small business, whether you are in state of California, if you're in Texas, New Jersey, New York, pretty much anywhere in the United States, if you took advantage of it, please join us. Bring your questions. It will be really more of a Q&A kind of webinar rather than a lot of information that we typically have. We will divide it into different segments and talk about those in great details and get your questions answered. So once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you on the webinar.
Thank you.